What happened was.
Hey friends, it's so nice to see you. It's today, the time is now. You are here and the weather is outside your window. Well, oogly boogly kittens and ghosts, happy October to you and happy early Halloween. I thought we should celebrate all months together as it is the very best holiday. I'm here in Ogunquit, Maine, working at the Ogunquit Playhouse playing the monster in the Mel Brooks Broadway musical Young Frankenstein. So I'll have some special behind the scenes treats for you and probably some tricks too. Today's guest is my friend, the opera director and librettist John de los Santos, here to tell us how he became an opera director from a dancer. Hi.
Hi, you got to warn me if you're going to put your lipstick on, Zachary. My God.
I'm a monster.
Mm,
I'm currently at the Ogunquit Playhouse in Maine in Young Frankenstein.
nice. Yeah. You're playing Frau Blucher, right?
Yes. That was a bad horse noise.
Oh, it was a horse? Oh, okay. I thought you were just clearing your throat. Good.
Yes. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. I'm doing good. It's finally getting chilly in New York, so that's nice.
Yes. And I just saw your beautiful production of Cavpag with New Camerata Opera in Brooklyn.
Thank you.
Yeah, congratulations. That was fabulous.
Thanks. Yeah. It's a new kind of 90-minute mashup, so you can hear all the good tunes and get out of there quick.
Yeah, and knowing both shows, I honestly can't even think of what was cut because it was so potent. So
Yeah, just the boring stuff.
yeah, exactly. More cutting of the boring stuff in opera. I vote. I know that's controversial for purists.
Yeah, I guess in those pieces especially, but you got to cut something out of Wagner, most of it.
Yeah.
Are you wearing some kind of a hump? It looks like you have no neck.
Yeah, I have some padding.
Okay.
It's like a B. Arthur shoulder pad moment.
Right. I was going to say Crawford, but B. Arthur's good too.
Whoever, yeah, all of it. All those ladies. So you're an opera director, a librettist, writer. You're kind of like a creator, I would say.
Yeah. I'm the Mad Hatter. I have lots of them.
And you have a dance background, right?
Mm-hmm.
So talk me through this. How did you end up in opera?
So yeah, I was a ballet and theater major and film in college, and the Fort Worth Opera called me and said, "We're looking for a choreographer, and we hear that you have lots of energy. So can you come do Rigoletto?" And I thought, it's not really my thing, but I'll give it a try. You're 21 and you got to do something to pay the bills, and ended up doing it and falling in love with it. And then no opera training at all, just kind of snowballed from there. So here I am 20 years later, still doing it.
Wow. And was the springboard being a choreographer and that turned into directing?
Yeah, and just seeing sort of the expansiveness of the whole thing, where it's not just the dance, but also just the movement of everything and these gigantic forces and resources you have to create this world.
It's truly visual storytelling. I talk about that all the time, that ballet and opera are very similar in that, you almost, in foreign language opera, you almost don't have language to rely on for an English speaking audience. So you're doing, visual storytelling, just like dance. So that's really fascinating that you came by way of choreography and dance world.
Also, singers have neuroses just like dancers do. So it's fun to kind of navigate how to make them trust you that, hey, I'm here to make you look good and sound good. And I've done that, I've done my job.
Yeah. Now, so talk to me about your kind of newer venture of being a librettist.
That came from wanting to direct more contemporary opera. There's a very, very small minority of directors who get to sort of do all the world premieres of new stuff. So I said, you know what, I'll just start writing my own.
Yeah.
And I'd done some playwriting as in high school. And so I was like, hey, let me see if I can, get some of those skills honed. And yeah, ended up being a good thing. I think part of what sets me apart is that I do a lot of comedy. Right. And we all need more of that in opera. And so that's sort of what I'm hoping to help bring to the fore.
Yeah, of course, we were supposed to be working together right now doing Pirates of Penzance.
Pirates of Wet Your Pants. Yes, indeed.
Anchorage, but unfortunately,
was, postponed because of COVID.
I know, and I was so looking forward to your Mabel. Oh,
Next time.
you
But
know.
it definitely reminded me like, oh yeah, we're entering the third winter of a pandemic, and we can
Right.
still expect cancellations.
Right, right. But I'm really glad to see that so many organizations have figured out ways to navigate the pandemic and also, work with vaccinations and masks and
Yes.
distancing in the theaters because people need it. People, I mean, you can only watch so many years of Netflix before your eyes pop out. So
Absolutely, yeah. We had our first audience here last night, and to hear laughter, on a big kind of dumb comedy was really lovely.
mhm. No, absolutely.
Yeah, and we really do need this right now. And it's interesting because it's very regionally specific as far as the compliance and standards. I find
Right.
that every organization is different, every medium is different. Having worked in film and opera and in theater now, it's like very interesting.
Yeah.
Because
That's the thing too. You wear a lot of hats also. That's what I really enjoy about your work. I mean, I had obviously we'd been friends for a while, but I didn't actually see you live until I saw Akhenaten, which is such a unbelievably different kind of a role for someone with your background. And I mean, that's what I think is so exciting and really inspirational about the work that's being done and that you're doing in all of these different mediums where there is a lot of singing and vocal technique, but also utilizing movement and different types of acting and juggling and just, really the synergy I think is really, really exciting with the work that's being done right now.
Yeah, well, I mean, as you know very well, and in the work you do, the walls are crashing down between all these genres. So
yeah,
it's kind of a very exciting time to be making art, even though we're up against some challenges that we've not been up against in 100 years.
Yeah, but those challenges make us do different work, and we ordinarily would never have done. I mean, that CAVPAG came out of the company saying we can't have an intermission because they have to get out and we have to clean the space. So come up with something classic in 90 minutes, and so now we have a new piece.
There you go, and it's brilliant. Do you think you'll do it again?
I would love to do it again. I think that there are so many companies who are doing smaller sort of black box versions or truncated versions of the classics. I'm doing a 100-minute Traviata at Fort Worth Opera this spring. So that's going to be another one. So yeah.
Fabulous. Well, I can't wait to see what you come up with. You have a very fascinating brain, and I love seeing what you create.
Well, thank you. I want to do something with you. I want to write something specific that can, utilize all of these different
I'm ready.
Whistles you bring.
I'm ready. Well, can I ask you some silly questions?
Absolutely.
All right. Zodiac sign.
Aquarius.
Coffee or tea?
Tea.
Oh. Favorite flavor of ice cream?
Pre-pandemic, it was butter pecan because I'm originally from Texas. Post-pandemic, it's Bluebell's pistachio almond. Which is the same color as your makeup, by the way.
I've had it. Yeah. Favorite flavor of cake? It's your birthday. What cake are you having?
Ice cream, red velvet.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Dream vacation spot?
Greece.
Ooh. All right. You have been commissioned to write a brand new Broadway musical. What is the subject?
I mean, I would never be allowed to adapt this, but I would love to see a musical version of Coming to America.
I love it. Why not?
I guess the one that I would do is maybe Three Amigos.
Fabulous. Okay, you can go back in time to any moment in your life and tell your younger self in that moment one thing. What is it?
I would actually, if I could, I would go back to my conception and be like, just relax. It's going to be okay. It's going to be a little scary the next 9 months, but you'll be all right. You'll be fine. You got a crazy life ahead of you.
Wow, that's way back.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Well, speaking of conception, what is the meaning of life?
I think the meaning of life is really have a good time. Find something and people that you love and it enriches you, and you and I are very fortunate to get to do what we love for a living. But even if that's not what you're able to do, find things in your life that just give you joy and just hang on to those as long as you can.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for coming on What Happened Was on the Dallas Opera Network. Is this your Dallas Opera debut?
No, I cut my teeth at Dallas after Fort Worth. I've assisted choreographed at Dallas Opera many times. I lived in Dallas for a while, so.
Fabulous. So it's a return to the Dallas Opera.
It is. This isn't quite the, I have the red couch here to kind of go with the wind spear theme, so.
Yes. Well, what's coming up next for you?
The next thing I've got is on November 5th, the world premiere of The Copper Queen, which is my next full-length opera, is going to be premiered as a film, a feature-length professional film by Arizona Opera and Manley Films.
Yes, I've been following that on social media. It looks so incredibly exciting.
Yeah, very excited about that. How about you?
Well, I'm here playing this old monster for the next month, and then I got concerts, and then hitting the road again with all the operas in 2022.
Right. Well, when you get back to New York City, we need to have tea and pistachio almond and really catch up.
We shall. I promise. Great to see you, John. Great to talk.
You too. All right, take care. Bye-bye.
That's all for today's episode. Puppies and rainbows till we meet again.